Hello, everybody. Welcome to Advent of Code Day 6. I'm actually recording this on Day 8. I've fallen a little bit behind. I've been quite busy at work, but I did look at this on Day 6 and I haven't attempted it yet. This is going to be my first attempt, but I think it's quite easy and I should be able to do it quickly. So I'm going to go for a speed solve. What I need to do, load my data in, and I need to take the time. I'm going to loop from 1 to 45 because both 0 and 46 return 0 distance. I'm going to then take that value as n, and I believe it's going to be time minus n times n altogether, which will give me each individual distance, check if it's greater than the record distance, and then multiply them together. So we're going to start, as we always start, with a file open. We're going to open the file, which I've called input.txt, which I started on the first day, and it's a convention that I'm going to stick to. And I'm going to, this time, because there's only 2 lines, I'm going to load each line one by one, and I can give them more precise identifiers. So I will say that I've got times, and I'll do file.readLine. Now, I'm not going to take any. It made me really nervous when I got stuck on day 3, not thinking about looking for white space. I'm always just going to do this from now on, just strip, see if I can remove anything. And I'm going to split now. I've been splitting based on how many spaces I've got. Now, a viewer on day 4, Bo, has given me a bit of advice. If I just do split with no parameter, it apparently will split, and we'll test this now. It will split all white space for me. So if that works, that's going to be great. Thanks, mate, for that. Anybody else that's got any suggestions on things that look like they might help me out in the future, let me know in the comments. Really useful stuff. That's why I'm doing this, to learn a little bit about it, and also just to show people different solutions to things. It's good to look at other people's solutions, and people might get some hints. I'm also going to do the second line as well. And do you know what? I'm just going to copy that because that's what I do. Don't waste time. So if I run that, and we've got a wonderful invalid piece of syntax there because I haven't put that equal sign there. Look. So run it, and look like it worked. So we can just say print times, and oh, look at that. I've literally got what I want. So I actually just want to look at part 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that will get me what I want. So let's do this. Let's say for n in range, and I will start with 1 because, as I said, 0 returns a time of 0, and I will loop up until it will be times part. And do you know what? I'm going to do an outer loop. I'm going to say for I in range, and this will be 1 up to 5, and I'm going to say times part I, So I'm going to go up to the integer equivalent of that value minus 1. Oh no, I want to go up to it, sorry, because it will always exclude that value when I count up. So I'm going to loop for each of the 4 values in my array. I'm going to loop through each value from 1, and I can say traveled. Let's say we've got trav equals, I believe it is literally times the int of I. So int of times part I minus n, all times by n, is the distance that is travelled. And then all I'm going to say is if trav is greater than distance part I, but the integer equivalent of it, then I will add it to my total. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set up a set of totals. So I'll just say total equals an empty list, and for each of these values, I'll just say total dot append value 0, and I can then just say I will say total parts, and this time it'll actually part I minus 1, because I'm starting at 0 this time, equals total I minus 1 plus 1. So if it's greater than it, what happens if it equals the distance? It's only if it beats the distance, isn't it? See how many margin error you have, determine the number of ways you can beat the record. it doesn't say if I draw with a record, so we'll assume that we can ignore the times I draw with it. So if trav is greater than distance travelled, then I'm going to simply add it to my total, and I think that can't be right. That can't be right. I think, sorry if you can hear some background noise at the moment, I think that could be it. So let's just say the full total equals 0, and then what I can just do is I'm going to say for n in range 0 to 4, full total equals full total plus total part n, and then I'll just print full total. That can't be right. There's no way it's that easy today. Definitely not if I've got invalid syntax, because then times it by n. There we go. Run it. And I've got another value, another error on line 12. Oh, what have I done there? So total equals total minus total plus 1, because I'm just adding 1 to it. 102 ways. Is there 102 ways of me beating this? It's not the right answer, the answer's too low. See, that's obvious that 102 is going to be too low, and there's no way that I'm going to solve that in like 10 lines. So let's have a look and see what we are doing wrong. Maybe I'm misunderstanding what I need to do. Maybe I need to go back and look at it again, or maybe I've just calculated it wrong. So I need to go through all the numbers of ways. Let's start with the test data that we've got. So if I set up a rather than read the times in, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep a the noise you can hear in the background, if you can hear it, is my dog. So just ignore the dog. Times equals times. She's going to probably start barking now because she's obnoxious. Right, times equals let's say times is going to be a. How many parts in this array? Is going to be 4 parts in this array, isn't it? This is just to make it be exactly the same. And I'm going to say distance is equal to the sorry. Is going to be a, and that's distance is equal to this times 4 times is equal to that times 4. So that's going to give me 4 parts, and then what I'll do is I'll just get the values in there exactly as they are. So times part 1 is equal to 7, times part 2 is equal to 15, and times part 3 is equal to 30. Distance part 1 is equal to 9. Distance part 2 is equal to 40. Distance, typing poison, I'm tired. Part 3 is equal to 200. So if I now save that and run that, I get an error out of range. That's because it only goes up to 5 this time. So I'll tell you what we'll do is we will say that goes up to 4. This one only goes up to 3. Let's run that. 21 is the value that I get there. Now, is that a little bit low? Oh, I haven't times them together, have I? I'm adding them together. What a donut. People watching it probably screaming at me doing that there. So I need to actually start with full total equals 1. Otherwise, you get the value 0. 288 is correct. So let's do this before the dog fully kicks off. Let's delete that. And save it. 27, what is it? 27,783. Please be right, because I can't hold the dog for much longer. That's not the right answer. It's too low again. So it worked for the smaller set of data. Oh no. It's because I've excluded these values. So this is a terrible video now. 138 915 gave an answer to recently. I'm going to have to wait another 40 seconds. Let's wait 40 seconds because I know, well, I don't know it's the right answer. I'm assuming it's the right answer, but it most likely is. So I think I got it basically right, except I was being a bit too hasty and rushing through a little bit, and I was simply trying too hard to steam my way through it. I needed to multiply rather than add. So let's stop that and run. Let's submit it. That's got to be 40 seconds through. I've got to wait 2 more seconds. 2 seconds are up. That's the right answer. We're there. Okay, so that was probably, I don't know what time I solved it at, maybe 8 minutes, something like that. But I'm going to end this video because I can't contain the dog for much longer. I'm going to try and catch up. So I'm going to try and do 2 tomorrow, maybe 2 on Sunday. That should catch me up. I'll see you in the next video. If you're playing along, please let me know if you found any other interesting ways or if you found a similar struggle to like I found, which was basically me not paying attention. Thanks for watching. Cheers, guys.